Hello dear children, welcome to science class. Dear children, before starting the lesson, before continuing the lesson, I am going to ask few questions, kindly answer, okay? Do all living things breathe, dear children? Yes, all living things breathe. Why do they breathe? Because they want to, means we want to stay alive, isn't it? When we breathe, we are alive. Do you think dead person are alive? No. How do you come to know that the person is dead? Because when he stops breathing, isn't it? Yes. So we will come to know that when a person stops breathing completely, that time we will know that the person is dead. So dear children, all living things need to breathe all the time in order to stay alive. Breathing is the physical action of taking air into the body. So it's a physical action, dear children. We take oxygen inside and leave out carbon dioxide. Isn't it? So whatever the pure oxygen we need for breathing, we take in, and the unwanted gases, carbon dioxide, we leave out. Different animals live in different habitats, so they have different organs for breathing. See dear children, insects have a tiny holes called spiracles along the side of their bodies. These spiracles are connected to a network of air tubes called trachea, which carry oxygen rich air to all parts of the body and remove carbon dioxide. So dear students, you can see an insect, for example, like grasshopper you take, or else you can take a dragonfly, okay? So in that you can see the spiracles, dear children. See, it's a very tiny, it's a very small insect, isn't it? So God has created in such a way that they too breathe. How? They have a tiny holes, dear children, called spiracles in their body side. Okay? So there the air tubes are connected. Those air tubes are called trachea. Okay? So this carry oxygen to all parts of the body and remove the carbon dioxide with that. So this is the breathing takes place in insects, dear children. Okay, now simple animals like worms. How do they breathe, dear children? Through their skin surface. See, have you seen the worms? How they are? Yes, they have a jelly type of skin on their body. They do not have any special organs for respiration, dear children. The exchange of gases takes place directly between their skin and the environment. See, they have the skin. How do they move? Have you seen the worms? Yes. So they have a jelly type of skin. So through that they breathe. The only requirement is that their skin must stay moist. soft, it will be very soft. I have already told you that like jelly that type. So it should be moist. Okay, so through that skin they are going to breathe. Okay, so let's see about terrestrial animals and reptiles. Most terrestrial mammals, reptiles and birds breathe through their nose, and the respiratory process is carried out in organs known as the lungs. So like human beings, animals, like reptiles, crocodile. Okay, so they breathe. So they have the breathing system like nose, and the respiratory process is carried out, means it's carried out through the organs that is called lungs. Oxygen is taken in and the carbon dioxide is released through the nostrils. So nostrils means we breathe in, we breathe out, isn't it? So we have a special organ that's called lungs. Okay, what it is called? It's called lungs. Now dear children, do we move from one place to another place? Yes. How do we move? We move with the legs, isn't it? Yes. Like us, even animals also want to move from one place to another place. Animals spend most of their lives on moving from one place to another place in search of food, finding mates, and for escaping from danger. They move to go to the more habitable place. Some of them travel, cover long distance, and even some of the animals we bring, isn't it? We take the animals like cow, we shift them from one place to another place, isn't it? Okay, so depending upon their need, different animals have become experts at running, flying, crawling, jumping, climbing trees, swimming, etc. So movement. So few animals, they run so fast, isn't it? Some of them fly, some of them crawl, some of them jump, some of them climb, some of them swim in the water, underground water. So these are the movements of the animals, dear children. So most animals on land move using the limbs that they have. There are 2 forelimbs and 2 hind limbs. So animals have limbs, forelimbs and hind limbs. Okay, forelimbs means front to what they have, that is called forelimbs, and back side 2 legs they have, that is called hind limbs. Okay, so here are few animals. Tree dwellers. Tree dwellers means they stay high up in the trees. They leap through the branches. Isn't it, children? Have you seen the monkeys, gorillas? But they can get badly injured or even die if they fall from that high place. Apart from the limbs, these animals have a strong tail to give them additional grip and support, both for climbing up or sliding down trees. So they have a strong tail to take the support, to catch hold of the tree. Okay, if they fall from the height, they die, isn't it? So the limbs help them, as well as the tail. They have a strong tail to hold the tree. Okay, monkeys and apes have eyes in front of their heads, not on the sides as other animals have. This helps them to judge distance. So monkeys and apes, gorillas like that, they have their eyes front of their head so that they can judge the distance, okay, how to jump from this tree to that tree. The sloth is a animal is known as to be the slowest mover in the kingdom. So sloth is a very slowest moving animal, okay. This helps it avoid the sharp eyes of eagles and other birds of prey, as it hangs upside down from the treetops in rainforest. So this sloth stays in rainforest most of the time. It will be in the rainforest, dear children, and it's a very slowest mover in the animal kingdom. It is very slowest mover, and with this sharp eyes of eagles, means that sloth, what that sloth will do, it will hang upside and down, okay. So it hangs upside down on the tree and it moves slowly, okay. So it means that can't be seen through the eyes of the eagle. So like that it moves slowly on the tree, okay. The male orangutan is a animal, so it's same like a gorilla, okay. It will be similar to gorilla. It's a heaviest tree dwelling animal, so it's very heaviest, and its kg is 100 kg. So what is the weight of that animal? 100 kg. So instead of putting his weight on the branches, he hangs underneath them and then swings from tree to tree. So putting his weight on the branches, he doesn't put on the branches, weight on the branches. So it hangs and swings from tree to tree, okay. For animals that live in the open forest, speed is very crucial, both for predator as well as prey. So forest ground, those animals which lives in the forest, they are speed running animals, okay. So like for example, cheetah is the fastest running animal, isn't it, on the land. So it stays in the forest. How does it run? Yes, it runs very fast. It's the fastest animal. So all have seen the cheetah, dear students, isn't it? They run to catch the prey. So how does it runs to catch that prey? So it manages to bring down its prey by sprinting at the last moment. Its long legs aid the sprinting. So what does it do? When it sees any animal near the water, slowly it comes, then it spreads its long leg and runs so fastly to eat that animal, isn't it? So like that it runs. So open ground animals like kangaroo, animals that live in the vast open grasslands, perform to hop and jump to cover long distance rather than run to save on energy. So this kangaroo, what does it do? It hops, isn't it? It jumps. 3 meters it jumps. Most hoppers have long hind limbs and much shorter forelimbs. In kangaroo you can see hind limbs are long and forelimbs are very short. Kangaroo, African spring hare, then all hop around the find food and escape from danger. So they hop and they run from the danger, they escape from the danger. So kangaroo hops 3 meters, dear children. Okay. Animals with small legs, how do they protect themselves? Tree frogs have sticky pads on the tips of their toes, which act as suckers and give them the grip to walk on smooth and slippery surfaces. So tree frogs, have you seen? They will be sticky, means once they will jump and hold the tree, so it will be very sticky. So it sticks to the tree, and the suckers give them the grip to walk on smooth and slippery surfaces. Geckos have thousands of microscopic hair on each foot, and the tip of each hair has lots of tiny pads. As the gecko slides across any smooth surface, including glass, ceilings, the tiny pads and hair grip the surface just like Velcro. In order to move ahead, the gecko slides its foot in the opposite direction to lift it. So geckos is a small animal, so like it seems like a lizard. So it has a hair on its foot, tiny pads. It will be a tiny pads. With that grip, it also walks on the ceilings. Okay. Flying lizards fan out their ribs into a pair of stiff grips, which they unfold like a pair of swings as they launch themselves into the air from high up a tree. This is how they glide to the next nearest tree and avoid the dangers of moving on the forest floor. Okay, what they do, flying lizards, they fold and upfold like a pair of wings. Means it has a wings. Sometimes it fold, sometimes it unfold when it's flying. Okay, and it goes in the air from high up a tree, and it glides to the next nearest tree. So it flies and goes and sits in the next tree. Some of the animals don't have their legs, dear children. For example, snakes. Animals without arms and legs rely on other body parts to move around, isn't it? Snakes uses the scales on the underside of their body to slide over different surfaces. Snakes in the desert roll their bodies sideways in S-shaped loops in such a way that at a time only 2 points of their body touch the hot sand. So what they do, snakes, they don't have their arms, and also they don't have their legs. How do they move? They crawl on the ground, isn't it? Yes. So sometimes sometimes no, all the time they use their body to slide over different surfaces. Like in the desert sand, they roll their bodies in S-shaped loops. Okay, so they roll their bodies S-shaped loops. Okay, and what the snakes do, 2 points of their body touch the hot sand. So sometimes they slide and move 2 sides. Okay, so this side, so one side they will move. Only 2 points of their body touch the hot sand, and other part of the body, it doesn't touch the hot sand, dear children. So like that they sometimes move. Tomorrow we will continue with the marine life, dear children. So until here I have finished the lesson. So you need to collect the information about the kangaroo, okay, and the sloth. Okay, collect the information about kangaroo and sloth both.